Josh, I need to pick up someone in fantasy. I need to pick up a goalie. And I was thinking Tristan Jarry would be perfect, okay? What do you think? Should I pick him up for fantasy today?
I don't know if he's going to be available anymore.
What do you mean? What's wrong?
Did you miss the news?
No, wait, what's going on?
Jarry's on waivers.
He's a starting goaltender on waivers, Josh? Is that what you're saying? You're saying a starting goaltender in the National Hockey League that was named the number one starter on a franchise, Josh, is now getting put on waivers, Josh? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
For the first time in like a very long time, the named starter of a franchise is now being sent to the minors because of poor play? Is that what you're saying right now to me, Josh?
Yes, it is. That's exactly what I'm telling you.
So, like, that's a no on the fantasy, right? Like, that's a no, so I shouldn't.
It's Crosby. Crosby on Trinity shot. Penguins win it!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
They're a collective.
We like to have fun around here. We like to have fun around here a little bit.
Well, you know who you can pick up?
Alexander Douglas, Josh?
It's true. Yes.
who can I pick
Him
up?
too.
Or are you talking about
Gonna...
Blomqvist?
Joel Blomqvist.
Yeah. Let's do it again. We're going to talk about that. Obviously, yes, that's the big news, and we'll dive into that. But welcome to the Penguins. Yeah, 100%. But to be fair, can I just say real quick, there are people who live under rocks because going on Twitter every day, trying to do that. Someone did mention, why? What happened to Jarry? Like, literally. And I was like, no, come on. Come on. What are we doing? And it was like, time-stamped. It was time-stamped like January 16th. So was that?
That was after.
Right after.
Yeah.
And they were like, why? What's going on with Jarry? Like, how do you not know? There's everyone and their mother is tweeting about this. Just quick Google search would probably tell you what's going on. But welcome to the Penguins Collective podcast. My name is Louie.
My name is Josh.
Yeah. And we go live after every single Penguins game. But right now, it's just our weekly episode where we break down what's going on in the world of Pittsburgh Penguins. Maybe for those of you who do live under rocks, we enlighten you, okay? So, big news for this week. Tristan Jarry gets put on waivers. Wow. Who thought Kyle Dubas had the big old balls to do this now in January? When everyone was saying, including us on this podcast, we were saying, oh, no, there's probably not going to moves come until the trade deadline. There's not going to have moves done until the offseason, right? We all kind of just were slowly coming to the accepting point. This is down the road. These changes that are coming down the road. Nothing needs to happen now. Yeah. But Kyle Dubas says, hold on there, partner. I'm putting him on waivers. Josh, what was your first initial reaction to the news?
Yeah, I mean, kind of exactly what you said. Just super way to hide the brand.
I know, I was doing it, but then I was like, I got Qdoba today.
But
I was trying to hide it, and then I was like, you could see it. So,
I was kind of just surprised at the timing. Kind of like you, but also like taking a step back and looking at it, it's also not surprising. We're about to go on this super long road trip. It'd be super awkward to, kind of, make any type of move while you're out there with him. So do it beforehand. rip the Band-Aid off, kind of what you were alluding to in previous episodes. Just get it over with. Like, everyone knows the writing is on the wall. Yes, yeah, I'm saying you were right.
That's wild to hear. It's just crazy. It's refreshing.
Yeah, it's just
refreshing to hear.
Like you said, like I just didn't think that he was going to pull the trigger in January, literally mid-January.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and what's also cool about it, I shouldn't say cool, because I was kind of disappointed that no one claimed him. But the fact that he went unclaimed and willing to report to Wilkes-Barre. So that tells me that he understands his role. He knows he sucks. He knows he's bad. He knows that he's like, okay, fine. Like, let me go in Wilkes-Barre and figure this out. And hopefully he does, and, I don't want to say it, but hopefully he finds his game and we're able to trade him for something at the trade deadline. Because, I mean, at this point, that's the best case scenario, because at this point, I don't think you can bring him back up Pittsburgh.
What do you mean? Like, just bring him up in general or for the rest of the season? What do you mean?
Yeah, and at any point, I think I think he's I don't know. He's overstayed his welcome, however you want to phrase it.
Oh, wow.
He's
interesting.
The fans aren't going to be okay with him coming back. You telling me?
Yeah, I think so.
A second time.
Yeah, this is his second time.
That's what I'm saying. But
here's the thing. I think now, hold on. Let's get some facts straight here, because I don't want people attacking me in comments again. All right. Brandon, I'm just kidding. So there's on the presser, Kyle Dubas said, don't write the obituary yet, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
He said, I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, he's not dead, okay? He's still in the organization. And he said this in between the waiting period. So obviously you have 24 hours. So he knew, I think he knew no one was going to claim him. So, listen, if he gets the playing time that he deserves, and he's playing because Philip Larson is hurt currently in Wilkes-Barre. So, it kind of all works out. We bring up Joel Blomqvist. We send down Tristan Jarry. Jarry becomes the number one guy in Wilkes-Barre. He plays for the rest of the season. And if he is good and he helps the Wilkes-Barre succeed, wonder if they win the Calder Cup this year because of this.
I don't know.
Is that showing a little bit of, all right, now you could compete for the job in Pittsburgh training camp?
You would hope.
That's the best case scenario for Tristan Jarry right now.
Yeah.
If he wants to stay in Pittsburgh.
But then
that's the best case scenario.
Then to take it a step further.
Jeez.
We have a log jam because Nedeljkovic is under contract for another year. So let's say, Nedeljkovic plays well the rest of the season, too. And he's coming back. He's going to want to compete. Blomqvist shows that he can compete at an NHL level. So he's going to want a shot at the title. So now you have those two battling it out for Pittsburgh spots. Then you have, once Larson gets healthy, he's going to want to compete. You have Murashov in the ECHL. He's showing that he can be, a big time goalie.
Yeah.
So okay, so how are you going to flush out all five of those goalies, counting Jarry? That's why I think best case scenario at this point is Jarry goes down, shows out, and either you trade him at the trade deadline. Someone has a change of heart. Someone gets hurt. They need a goalie to make a playoff push. Something happens. Boom. Jarry's in there. He's ready to help. Or you wait until the offseason and someone loses out on some goalie sweepstakes.
Other goalie. Yeah.
And Dubas just says, I'm here when you're ready. I'm ready to take your call when you're ready.
I think that's the best case scenario if we don't want to spend money. So
correct. We don't.
No. I'm saying my thing that I was talking about was best case scenario for Jarry. That's the best case for him. To go down to Wilkes-Barre, play out, be successful in Wilkes-Barre. That doesn't mean a Calder Cup. That could mean making it far in the playoffs, whatever.
Yeah.
And then waiting until trading camp to then show what he's got. Then maybe, just maybe, he can make the roster. Now, there's an asterisk there. If Ned isn't phenomenal for the rest of the season, or Joel Blomqvist coming up, if he doesn't show that he's, Marc-Andre Fleury reincarnated to where he is now he's our guy from here on out. If that happens, Jarry is bye-bye. Even in the offseason, even at the trade deadline, I think he's bye-bye because we know what we got going forward. Josh, go ahead.
Right before the announcement of the waiver, Josh Yowie put out there a tweet, put out a tweet that the organization is pretty much done with Jarry. So that tells me I don't care how good he becomes in Wilkes-Barre. He's not coming back. And that's why it would be awesome if it was by trade deadline that he becomes great again and we can get something for him.
Right.
But if not, then it's the offseason. I don't think he's going to be there for the training camp competition. It's going to come down to Larson, Blomqvist, and Nedeljkovic. And I don't know, this is just hypothetically speaking, I don't know if Dubas wants Nedeljkovic back either. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes another move where it's a little bit more of a stable NHL goalie to be there with Blomqvist. I don't know.
Like a veteran goaltender, Josh?
Yeah, someone that you've been advocating for a long time.
Someone who used to be, is from Pittsburgh, Josh?
Yeah.
Someone who does have a price tag, but
yeah,
could be a veteran, goaltender for us for quite a bit. Maybe John Gibson, perhaps? Now, listen, I know what some of you are thinking. John Gibson, maybe like 5 years ago. Maybe like that's when you need him as a starter. I'm not talking about as a starter. I'm talking about as the guy who can grow with Blomqvist or Larson, however that shakes up, who becomes our young goaltender. Dubas is about young longevity. Okay, he wants a guy to be the guy for years to come.
Yeah.
Blomqvist sounds like that's the guy. And they bring him up, go get an old goaltender to help the young goaltender, which is why trade deadline, if Minnesota Wild is not in the playoffs,
this is where your theory is going to fall apart because Minnesota Wild are one of the best teams in the West right now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. If they don't make the playoffs.
It's very unlikely. Very unlikely. Because there's a meme going around right now. There's a meme going around. Did you see the meme?
Did you see it? The meme.
So it's Marc-Andre Fleury is helping lead a Minnesota Wild team to one of the best records in the West at this current point. As I think it was as of January 15th. I don't think
he's leading, but continue.
Okay, fair enough. But the phrasing put it out there that way because you want this is where it's going to go because the Penguins decided to go with the future of Matt Murray and Tristan Jarry, who are neither a part of an NHL roster. At the moment.
Yeah. That's rough.
That sucks. That stings. Yeah. It really does.
But see, here's the point I'll say about that, and I agree with Mark Madden on his take on this. At the time, At that moment, it was 100% the right move.
Yes.
Young goaltender who just proved himself in the playoffs, helped us win back-to-back Stanley Cups. You cannot go, well, this guy stinks, you know.
Marc-Andre Fleury knew. He knew.
Yeah. He's the one.
Knew.
He's the one who said, hey, listen, I get it. I get it. I understand the situation. Very selfless. This is why everyone in Pittsburgh would die for Marc-Andre Fleury, because he took the bullet. He said, listen, you guys are in good hands. I believe in Matt Murray, but I can't be here anymore. At least do right by me. And they were like, hey, Flower, thanks for understanding. We will do right by you. You're going to go and win a Stanley Cup. Congratulations. Thanks so much.
With the Knights. Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah. So that was cool. He got his send-off that he deserved. Here's my conspiracy. No evidence for this, by the way. This is a Louie want and a Louie idea. Look, listen. Penguins aren't going to win the Stanley Cup this year. I think we all can agree. Not the way they're playing. They're not going to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Hey, we had the Minnesota Wild in Pittsburgh, and there was tears coming, and there was moments of sadness and happiness when Marc-Andre Fleury came by one last time to PPG. He was hanging out with the boys after and said, I miss this, man. Right in the heart. If I'm Dubas, what am I doing? What am I doing? Hey, Minnesota Wild. Do you want Tristan Jarry? We'll retain. We'll retain a little bit.
It's bold.
Here's why. I'd rather retain and have Sidney Crosby happy than not retain and us in this position later down the road. So I'm happy with the retaining. So we'll retain like a quarter of the $5.5 million a year. Whatever. I don't give a crap. We send Jarry to Minnesota Wild. New scenery, backup Gustafsson, and then we get Marc-Andre Fleury, the veteran guy we need to boost up Blomqvist. And you have
what do you do with Ned?
3 goalie rotation.
Oh, here we go.
Going until the end of the season. Then you say goodbye to Marc-Andre Fleury because he's retiring. He said he didn't want to do one more. He got his final time with Malkin, Crosby, Tanger. Everyone's happy. He retires a Penguin. That's great. Ned, one more year, is the backup of Blomqvist. And that is how the story shall be written. And I think it would be awesome if... Listen, I have always said I hate how soft the Penguins are. And I hate the sentimental stuff sometimes. This is a little more... There's more meaning to this than just, oh, that'd be nice. You know, hey, the reason why Malkin is still a Penguin and Letang is still a Penguin is literal nostalgia. That's the only reason why they got the deals they got. That is the only reason why they're still here in Pittsburgh is because Crosby wanted him here. Mm-hmm. Do the same with Marc-Andre Fleury. Let him be here, Josh. Let him just retire a Penguin.
It's a nice theory.
I know. This is a want that I want.
We got a month and a half to figure that out. Month and a half, but back to the real issue, not in Fantasyland. Yep. The real issue is, hey, we have Larson who's coming up. He's looking to be ready sooner rather than later. Yeah.
Is he a traded asset?
Yeah, that's something that you have to consider with all these guys. You know, like as much as we're probably going to fall in love with Joel Blomqvist for the rest of the season, you know, that's a possibility you have to think about with him. Larson, it's something that you have to think about with him as much as he may be carrying Wilkes-Barre down there going forward, whether it's him or Jarry, once he gets healthy, that is. And then Murashov in the ECHL, same thing. You know, because of the depth that we have there and the talent of the depth, it's a possibility. And you can't, you'd be ignorant to ignore that fact because that's the nature of the business. That's what happened years ago. We were deep in the goalie prospect pool. We had Marc-Andre Fleury. We had Matt Murray coming up. We had Tristan Jarry in the wings. And we had a young goaltender prospect, Philip Gustafsson, that was just, he was backlogged. We were hindering his development. So we traded him away. He was a part of a package. If we didn't trade him away, he was a part of a package.
No. I don't think he was a part of the organization yet. He was drafted, but he wasn't playing for like Wilkes-Barre.
Okay, but he was still ours. He was still ours.
Yeah. He was still ours.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, technically, he wasn't playing. Like, Murashov is not playing for Wilkes-Barre or anything. So, like, he's ECHL right now. So he's, okay, fine, whatever you want to say.
No, but then there's it's like a Braden Yeager. Yeager has yet to play.
Sure,
he has yet to play for Wheeling, Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah,
he was not at a pro level yet, but we traded him. Similar what we did. I'm almost like 90% sure.
Okay, but what I'm saying is he was part of a trade package.
Yes.
That because we couldn't allow him to have the proper development in our system because there was no room for him, which I don't know if that's going to happen to Murashov. He may be the guy. And then there's also, isn't there another guy, a Swedish guy that we have that's supposed to be coming over next year?
Josh, you know what? That's a great point.
Lindgren, I think I remember.
I think so. Or
right?
All right, quick Google search.
If you go to what's the new cap friendly? Is it
Mats Lindgren to Wheeling? Okay, he's currently in Wheeling. Josh, look how fast I did this. This is
no, but then it might not be him. It might not be him.
Yeah, it's a defenseman. It's a defenseman.
Okay, all right. So then I saw that on Twitter, and that's why it stuck in my brain. If you go to, forget who it is, the new cap friendly.
Puckpedia.
Is it Puckpedia? Okay. And you go to the Penguins and you scroll down all the way to the bottom where it's all the prospects. You'll see
figure out
in goaltenders, you'll see Murashov there. Below there's like a Swedish guy.
Oh, Philip Lindberg, Josh. That's who you're thinking of.
I was so close.
And it's confusing because we have Philip Larson and then Philip Lindberg. So, yes, exactly. Tristan Jarry, Sergei Murashov, Taylor Guthier.
Yeah, but he's older. I think he's like in the mid to late 20s, isn't he?
He's 23 years old, Josh.
No way.
Philip Larson is actually the oldest guy of being 26 years old.
Oh, that's who I'm thinking of as being 26. Okay.
So, but no one is older besides Tristan Jarry, who is 29 years old.
Yeah.
Still young as a goaltender.
Crazy.
And really quick, I just want to know, where's our goalies right now, dude? Oh, goaltenders. Excuse me. Joel Blomqvist is 23. Ned is 29 as well. We have no one over the age of 30.
And that's why. Can I
give making 2.5? Wow. Is Dubas smart right now? Hold on. Go ahead.
And wait, just real quick before I get into my thing. How long is Ned under contract for? I think 2 more seasons after this one, right?
I just clicked away. Let's see.
Hold
on. No. His contract, he's a UFA in 2026, 2027. So he has this season, then next season, following. He's an unrestricted free agent.
Understood. Okay.
Joel Blomqvist is under the same contract, by the way.
Yeah, but he won't he be a restricted at the end?
You are correct. I was just about to say he is a restricted free agent.
We're fine.
Ned is okay. Sorry.
We're fine.
We're fine. Okay, we get first dibs. All right.
Yeah. Not only that, if we do give him up, we get crazy draft capital. So we'll be fine.
He's the future.
Here's something that I think you as a fan for this of this particular section of the team, the goaltending section.
Okay.
Yeah, that you're probably going to want to pay a little bit more attention to. How Blomqvist develops the rest of this year is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Not only for Sullivan, but for your boy, Andy Chiodo.
Kyoto Dragon. Here's the thing.
Because he's already on the ropes
He's
because
on
of
thin
Jarry.
ice. He's on super thin ice.
So
Yeah,
if Blomqvist develops here, that probably saves Andy Chiodo.
Yeah.
But if not,
I think he knows that.
I think so too.
I think he knows that. Now, here's his saving grace as of right now. Ned looks good at times.
Correct.
So Ned has been
like
getting
you say,
this
Ned
development.
fills his role.
Correct.
Yep.
Ned is the perfect backup. You know,
Yeah.
He doesn't outshine the starter, but when you need him, he's solid. And you're like, oh, goodness gracious, we had Ned in. You know, that feeling doesn't really come from a starting goaltender. Because a feeling of a starting goaltender is, we'll be fine. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, if I'm the Winnipeg Jets and I have Connor Hellebuck in that, I'm like, we're okay.
Yeah.
But if Joe Schmo has to go in and we're like, oh, no. And then he makes a few saves and we're like, oh, thank goodness Joe Schmo was there because we would have lost this. So those are the feelings. But the feeling that Ned gives me is, oh, thank goodness he was there. We're good. That's Chiodo's kind of, hey, I did this. This is great. But you're right. You're spot on. If Chiodo trains this guy up to be a all-star goaltender, you might see Andy Chiodo behind that bench sooner or later.
Well, not our bench. I think a different bench.
What are you talking about, Josh? He's Penguins royalty.
Oh yeah, so where's Tom Kostopoulos then, huh?
He's in the organization too.
But yeah, I know he's not behind the bench though.
He's the players. What is it?
Yeah, player development.
Player development.
Matt Cullen and
Cullen. This is Penguins royalty.
Jeff Carter.
Yeah, Jeff Carter's here in Pittsburgh still.
Who's the defenseman that came from the Dallas Stars? He helped win a
Sergei
cup.
Gonchar?
No. Oh, is he still there? Is Sergei still there?
I thought he was. I could be
I don't know.
wrong.
No.
I'm just picking names out of a hat.
Who's
right
the
now.
guy? I think Trevor Daley.
Is he with us?
He was
I don't know if this
when
is
we
accurate.
Trevor Daley
We're
was
just
hired.
picking names
Listen. Trevor Daley's hire got buried because it was hired. He was hired in partnership with Kessel, Hannah Kessel. Amanda Kessel. They were hired at the same time.
Josh.
Sorry, they were hired at the same time. So no one paid attention to the Trevor Daley part, and everyone was focused on Amanda Kessel. I don't know. This was 2 years ago though.
Oh,
I don't know if he's still there.
Oh God, coaching, player development. Matt Cullen is still here, which is awesome. Tom Kostopoulos.
Nice.
All right, that's it. Coaching. Andy Chiodo. No, so those guys are gone.
Well, why isn't Amanda Kessel just listed? Because she was just in the booth.
She's not.
2 games
in
ago.
hockey operations. Hold on.
Oh, she got a promotion.
She is the assistant general manager of Wilkes-Barre, Josh.
Oh snap! I missed that. Okay, so that's what I'm
here's
saying.
her
So
actual.
This was 2
here's
years
her actual
ago.
title. Yes, manager, minor league operations and assistant general manager of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. The general manager of the
that won't fit on a business card, but okay.
It won't. General manager of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins is Jason Spezza.
Correct.
Okay, so she reports to him. And then obviously Jason Spezza reports to Kyle Dubas. Josh, Trevor Daley is in hockey ops. He's not in coaching or player development. Trevor Daley.
I told you he's here.
Oh, he's the Josh. This is a Dwight Schrute. He is a special assistant to Kyle Dubas, the president of hockey operations and GM, which is Kyle Dubas. He fills both those roles. That's cool. Did not know that.
I thought he was a coach. Here. I told you he was here. I knew it. I knew he was here.
That's cool. Hey guys, can I just say something while we're talking about coaching? If you know Andy Chiodo, I want him on this podcast. I don't know if you could see it. You got his bobblehead right back there. That's Matt Murray.
Next to him.
Andy Kyoto. The Kyoto Dragon. No, you see his white helmet in the back. His face mask fell off. Back in those baby blue jerseys of Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah. I see it now.
Doing his famous one-leg glove save.
Yeah.
Back when Wilkes-Barre actually put thought and money in their product giveaways, that bobblehead, solid like a rock. The new ones stink. Anyway, one tangent at a time. Andy Kyoto. If you know him, get him. I want him on the podcast. I would love to talk to him. More importantly, I would love to record an episode where we ask him questions, Josh, and I'm out on the ice with him and he's giving me pointers. You know? Free coaching lesson from the dragon himself.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
That'd be sick.
I was actually just talking to someone at church because a local pond here, like it's at a park, and they like when it gets cold enough, which it has been for like the last month, they like open it to the public and like you can like skate on it, and they shovel it and kind of sweep it to make it skatable, whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, you're still skating on a pond. And there were some kids from our church who were getting laced up, and they were on their way over there, and like, oh, you have the Penguins podcast, like you must ice skate. And I said, ha, yeah, we tried for 2.5 years, and after the 2-year mark, when I was still using the walker, I think my parents were like, yeah, this guy's not going to get it. Let's not give him any more lessons. So yeah, I told them right. I haven't. Oh man, I
remember we
since.
took ice skating lessons.
Yeah, that walker was huge, but at the same time, at some point you got to let go, and I just never did. And
yeah, you're a little nervous.
Luckily, the second year we had a different coach at the icebox who was doing the coaching. Yeah. So like I kind of played it off as like, oh, this. I'm
that was
new.
My first year.
Like, I need the walker. So yeah.
Was I good? I don't think.
You picked it up the second year, because that's why we came back. At the end of the first year, you were good to go. That's why we went back a second year, because you were good, and they were like, maybe Josh will pick it up this time. Maybe, still no. Yeah. So,
but who's in beer league hockey now?
That's right.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
This guy. We're signing up. It's gonna be fun this year, but
that's
what I'm saying. I want to be goalie. And all of them, I'm a short guy. Okay, short guy in real life. I know you can't tell by this beautiful box that's surrounding me, but short guy. So all my buddies are like, "Don't play goalie. Like, just be a forward. You'll be fine." And I'm like, "No, I want to be a goalie. I played goalie in inline hockey. I want to be goalie in ice." And they're like, "It's a lot, dude." I'm like, first of all, don't tell me. I know. Second of all, if I get pointers from Andy Kyoto, I think I could do.
They don't know about that glove hand. That's the thing. They don't know about that.
I got a sick glove hand, dude. I got a sick glove hand. Yours a baseball and just
catching too.
Like,
that's
dude.
the thing.
Just I pull a Martin Brodeur on them. I let them have the illusion of space, and I'm like, shoot so there, I dare you. Bang. Thanks, buddy. You fell right into my trap.
Oh, that is your biggest go-to.
I drop the hand, so you think you have top shelf. I give you a little I give you a little false sense of security, and you just there, right in the palm. Thanks, dude.
But thanks. I think they have a point, because your biggest weakness will be block side up, blocker up. You won't be able to get up that high. Yeah,
because if I go butterfly, I'm like,
yeah,
help me.
You'll have to dive glove to
I just have to go over this side.
Yeah,
I'll just like hug the post and let them go ahead, shoot, bang.
There you go.
Anyway, that's probably better than what Tristan Jarry is doing, which is why he did get sent down to Wilkes-Barre. Now, we don't know if Ned is getting the nod on Friday or Blomqvist. We don't know who's getting the net.
It's true. So, it's part of a back-to-back.
It's part of a back-to-back. So we're going to see Blom sooner than later. And I'm actually really excited. The Pens are going to be very dialed in for Blom's debut. Not his debut, because he's already played in Pittsburgh, but his debut as the guy now. Okay, so this is a whole new beast. He came up during an injury, so he was there. Everyone knew he was there for a short time. We just didn't know when, right? Now he's the guy. You're going to see a lot of players play defense a lot more. It happens in beer league. It's natural instinct to be like, this is a new guy. Let's try to help him out, make him feel comfortable, do all that.
But that only lasts a game.
That lasts one period, Josh. Yeah. In beer league, especially one period. So I'm assuming in NHL, I'm sure they're going to be like one game. Like, all right, you good? Because as soon as you say we're good, we're just going to forget how to play defense. So watch one of these games, whether it's Buffalo or Washington. You're going to see all of a sudden defense like, I didn't know they could play like that. Once again, it's kind of very similar to me playing goaltender. I'm giving you a false sense of security. So you're going to see like the Penguins play defense, and you're going to be like, oh, we're back, babe. No. Yeah. Hold on. Wait a couple games. And then you're going to be like, oh man, we're back. Yeah. We were just never there. We're just helping out the goaltender. Anyway, that's my real honest opinion. What's going to happen with the Penguins? I'm sure Josh may disagree, but I think that's exactly what we're going to see from Pittsburgh.
No, I don't. I think you nailed it. I think that's because it alludes to your earlier point of when you have an elite goaltender, you can let up on the defense, and also there's not as much pressure on the offense. They can play a little more freely, and if they score 3-4 goals, great, but you can possibly win with 1 or 2. Yeah. And that's one thing that we had with Fleury and at Matt Murray's good point.
Yeah.
But we never had with Jarry. Jarry, it was always, okay, we're going to need to score 2 or 3 to win with Jarry. And then lately it's we need to score 4 or 5 to win with Jarry.
To start the game.
Yeah.
Because we know they're going to come back.
Correct.
And that's the thing. I'm glad you brought up goals. Really quickly, let's just compare and contrast, Josh. Tristan Jarry's 2024-2025 season. Games played, 22. Wins, 8.
Yikes.
It's not good. Okay, I don't know if you guys are mathing out there. That's 8 out of 22. Not good. Goals against average, 3.31.
Okay.
Yikes. Save percentage, 0.886.
88%. Yep.
Not good. Not good. Let's take a look at Joel Blomqvist, the guy who's coming up.
Let's round that up to 89. Let's make that feel good. Round up to 89.
89. Sure. Why not? Joel Blomqvist, 2024-2025 regular season for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. This is AHL, remind you. So if you want to put an asterisk there, that's fine as well. He was going back and forth with Larson, so he's only played 12 games.
Well, and he also spent like 2.5 weeks
up here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That is also true. Thank you for that correction. So maybe you do want to put an asterisk. Who cares? Games played, 12. His goals against average, Josh.
How many wins? Wait.
Oh, sorry. They have it all different in the AHL. Like the way they categorized everything. So games played, 12. Wins, 6. 4 losses in 2 overtimes. Okay?
Would have liked that to be a little bit higher. Didn't know it was dead even.
Very.
Okay.
He's 50% wins. Okay, he has 1 shutout, which is kind of nice.
Jarry has 0, so.
Jarry has 0 so far. Last season, he had quite a bit, so I'm very surprised. But his goals against average, 2.93.
Jeez.
His save percentage for 12 games is 0.912.
91.
So whether you like to admit it or not, the stats show that Joel Blomqvist is a better goaltender. Now, if you just want to shrink that thing down to go, well, he's only won half the games he's played in. Okay. But he looked good in the games that they lost, which means maybe it wasn't entirely his fault.
Yeah, they could have been like 2-1 losses.
Games.
Yeah,
yes.
like just low scoring, just wasn't able to, the offense wasn't able to produce or something.
100%. So if you look at that, you go, all right, so Jarry kind of let in a lot of goals. You see against his goals against, you see that in his save percentage. He's not doing a great job. But Joel Blomqvist is, but yet only has won 50% of his games. That is because even though the Penguins lost, he still was competitive. So his personal accolades surpass the Penguins' accolades, which means he's a good goaltender, which means they probably have bad defense, which he'll experience that in Pittsburgh.
Once Owen Pickering came up, I mean, their best defenseman for a while was Nathan Clermont, who then got called up to Pittsburgh for a while. So, like, I mean, it's not like they have elite defensemen down there. I mean, they have Sebastian Aho. But I mean, that's like really it that I can think of. So yeah. I mean, it is kind of a product of who's in front of you. So that's why I think that's like it's twofold. You know, that's why I think Blomqvist will be better in the NHL than he will be in AHL, and that's also why Miroshov is crazy good right now in ECHL because of the level of competition. That's why I want to see Miroshov in the AHL because then it's one step closer. You get to be better competition and see what it's really like, and that's why we fell in love with Blomqvist when he came up originally back in October, November, because he actually did something. He actually looked good in NHL competition.
I have his stats. 8 games played here in Pittsburgh. Josh, I have his stats right here.
Yeah.
Games played 8. Wins 3.
Yeah.
But listen, we are bad. Okay, so like I don't put this against anything. But
I'm
look at his goals against.
Can I guess this? Can I guess this?
Absolutely, and you could play along at home too. So here's your goals against average. Lock in your answers now.
2.6.
Josh, go ahead.
2.6.
The answer we were looking for is 3.6. All right, save percentage, everybody.
Defense.
Lock in those answers.
Bad defense.
Lock in your answers.
Bad defense.
What do you think your save percentage is, Josh?
89.4.
0.904.
I was only one off.
You're very close. Very close. How close were you? How close were you out there? He still looks good in these 8 games he played.
Yeah, that's a hard read. That's a hard read because like the save percentage.
It's only 8
but the save percentage is high. Goals against is low. Could that have been? Could that have been poor defense? Like, you know what I mean?
And that's what
know.
I think.
I don't know.
No, it's the same sentiment as Wilkes-Barre. He's only won 50% of his games, but his personal stats are great. So that means bad defense in front of him led him to losses.
Or just lack of offense in Wilkes-Barre, or lack of offense.
That as well. You can't win unless you score. So it could be that. Same thing here in Pittsburgh. So if you're asking me, statistically, he's better than Jarry.
Who do you start in Buffalo? Who do you start in Buffalo?
I'm going to say Joel Blomqvist. See what he's got. See what he got.
Yep.
Throw him to the Wolves, and plus it's Buffalo. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yep. And then let Ned play against Washington.
And then see who you're picking for the rest of the West Coast trip. Because I really think it's important, really important, these next 2 games, before we go on that Western Coast trip, who's our guy? Because I don't think we have a back-to-back in the Western Coast West trip.
No. But here's my thought process.
Yeah.
With with this type of talent that they have in the NHL, it's got to be baptism by fire. It's kind of like when you get called up to the big leagues, like in the MLB, they put them up that game and they sometimes put them at the top of the order so that they see the starting pitcher at their best in the beginning of the game. Let them see the 102 mile per hour fastball that they weren't seeing in the AAA.
Correct.
So, now we got Joel up. Let him see. So actually, now I'm kind of talking myself into it. Flip it for me. Buffalo, Ned, Washington, Joel. Because here's my thought process.
I don't know if you want to throw him that.
This is horrible. If this is actually how Sullivan thinks, maybe he should be fired. But as a fan, this is how I think. Washington's already a loss.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see what Joel has up against elite competition like Alex Ovechkin.
I hear that sentiment, but there's going to be times where he's going to face that. This is his first call up. Wouldn't you want it to be a softball to get the confidence up?
I hear you. I absolutely hear you. But I don't know. I just talked myself into it.
That's what I would do.
I just talked myself into it.
Yeah, like if I'm playing baseball, right, and I'm like going up to bat, dude, right over the plate. Let me get one swing in where I feel confident. Then you can start throwing some heavy stuff. I feel like they do that.
I feel like pitchers do, but they do it crazy fast. Like they give their absolute fastest fastball. We'll give you one. Welcome to the league. If you don't touch it, that's on you.
That's on you. That's on you. So that's why I'm saying, start him against Buffalo. Let him get his confidence up. Then let Ned take the team that's good. And then when you go on your first West Coast trip, start Joel. Let him get that. I think it's Anaheim. I don't think it's Anaheim, but it's one of them. We're playing them once. But yes, that'll do it for this episode, Josh. We got to be excited. I think good things are happening to the Penguins. We had an outcry. There was a response. At least we are in an organization that reacts to the fan outcry. There are franchises that just do not do anything, and you have to live with it. And those franchises will never win a cup. Dubas is listening. Sullivan is listening. During all their pressers about this, they've been having the right answers. And Mike Sullivan, he knew what to say. He wasn't saying this is what happens when you lose. That's what Sid said, but he's a hockey player. What Mike Sullivan, who's been very vocal this season, by the way, just want to point that out. He's been very vocal, said, everyone's doing exactly how you think they're doing. Not great. Which is implying not great. And that's really cool, especially after the loss with Jarry. And we blew another lead against the Seattle Kraken. You saw how mad Mike Sullivan was. He got on that podium and said, we don't play defense, basically. I'm paraphrasing once again. But he goes up there and says, we don't play defense. And they said, how do we fix that game? We got to play defense. Oh, how are we going to stop 3-1 deficits? Or how do we keep on collapsing? How do we stop that? You play defense. You could tell he was very mad, not only at the defense, but at the goaltending. So I'm glad that there's a response to that, and I am excited for the future. Josh, you have any last comments before I end with a funny story?
No, I'm good. I'm just ready. I'm ready to hopefully turn this page on the Jarry chapter. I am officially hanging up my my coat, my hat, whatever you want to say that I was wearing, as the Jarry truther. So I will.
Hey, Josh, who's right and wrong in that situation?
Yeah, obviously you were right. I was wrong.
Okay,
you're smart. I'm dumb. You're good looking. I'm not.
What is that from?
Happy Gilmore when he goes to Chubbs. Yeah.
That's right. And he goes, all right. That's right. Now we'll see if Erik Karlsson gets traded this season, because that's what I've been predicting, and Josh has not. He's been hey, don't do that. I'm like, do that. If that happens, I want another one of these. Okay, and maybe I take the GM crown from Josh.
Ooh, yeah,
because I've been calling. What did I tell Josh? If you're following along, I said bench Jarry, and Josh was like, they'll never do that. Sending him down to Wilkes-Barre seems pretty bench to me. Okay, so glad they're listening. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Sully? Josh, let's end with a nice little story. All right. You're gonna go get your hair cut. Right, you're in Pittsburgh. You go to your local barber. You're getting your haircut done. You know, the woman is cutting your hair, and she goes, "Oh, I'm a Pens fan," and you go, "Oh, how the Pens doing? You know, like how are they doing this season?" And a random stranger to your left goes, we could be better this year. The guy looks and goes, "Oh, that's Sidney Crosby." So this gentleman, at Mazuraiqi, not gonna try it. Josh, he went to the barber to get his hair cut, and he was loud because somebody was sitting next to him while someone was working on his hair. Goes, "How are the Penguins doing this season?" And Sid spoke up, Josh, not only in the locker room, out in the barbershops, going, we could be doing better. That's all he said. We could be doing better. And that's the picture of the gentleman who's getting a haircut. And Sid is right there next to him getting his haircut. So I thought it was really funny. That was a good story.
That is pretty good.
And I
thought it was going to be a personal story, and I was going to call you out and say, like, if you go and get your haircut by a woman, is it technically a barber?
Josh, how dare you? In 2025, how dare you?
Hairstylist.
I don't know. It looks definitely like a barbershop, but he said the guy who tweeted said a woman was cutting his hair. So whatever. I'm not.
No, I know.
No.
I understand that it's a barber shop, but I'm wondering her title.
Probably
is
hair
barber. Yeah, is barber male specific?
Yeah,
that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
that's what I'm wondering.
I'm gonna assume. Yeah, maybe a hairstylist. Anyway.
Yeah, but that's a good story.
You sexist people. But anyway,
that's a good story. That's great.
These are the times I was talking to my wife one day. And when I saw that story and I told her, I was like, how cool would it be? Obviously, I live in Pittsburgh, PGH representing. And I'm just like, wonder if I get into...
you pray for.
This is what I pray for, Josh.
Yeah.
I want to get into a fender bender. And I think I've told the story on the podcast.
Yeah.
And it to be Sidney Crosby. It'd just be like, dude, I can't believe that you would play this bad. Like, come on, guys. He's like... I'll get my insurance. I'm so sorry. I don't care about the car. Let's talk about the defensive play. Okay? Let's break it down.
Well, when I heard Bunting got in his accident, I immediately thought, oh, that was Louie. Louie crashed him.
Is that Bunting? Hey! Get in front of the net! What? I didn't get in front of you. You cut me off. No. In front of the net. Your job going forward. I don't care I hit your car. My insurance is going to go through the roof now. Because what is that, a Maserati? All right. Anyway, not saying Michael Bunting drives the Maserati. But, guys, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, these are our weekly episodes that are also part of the podcast where you could find wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also, we are on YouTube. We're trying to reinvent this podcast where we're trying to put some content out on YouTube as well. Make sure you go subscribe. Don't forget to share it. If you share it, it helps all the algorithms. It helps us get subscribers. And we'd love to grow with you guys, with your help, grow the Penguins Collective podcast. You can follow us on all major social media platforms at Pens Collective. And if you use code TPC10 for 10% off your Rogue Energy order at rogueenergy.com/the Pens Collective. Josh, am I missing anything?
I think you nailed it. I think you got everything. I can't think of anything that could have been added there.
Wow, awesome. Well, this upcoming road trip is a doozy. What is it, 8-game road trip? It's going to be one of the longest road trips of the season.
7?
Yeah, I think it's 7-8. I don't know. The Buffalo game is throwing me off. I don't know why, but that's the one that's throwing me off.
Too.
Anyway.
Just these two.
Yeah, one of them should have been home. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, to close out January, it's all away games, okay? Quick little reminder. Reminder alert. We will not be going live for the West Coast trip, okay? We ain't staying up late. I just want to put that out there.
No.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. If there isn't anything I missed, that'll do it. Thank you guys for watching. Josh, wait!
It's Crosby. Crosby on Trinidad shot. Penguins win it!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
We're a collective.